I totally just clickbaited the crap out of you. I'm actually going to talk about something. It might not be the thing that saves Modern Warfare, but I will be talking about something that I think makes Modern Warfare Warzone a fun game at the same time as we wait for updates to come about. Stick around. I'll tell you about it here in just a second. Guys, I appreciate you clicking on the video. Sorry about clickbaiting you maybe just a little bit. The thing that I think would save Modern Warfare's Warzone is audio adjustment, just clear audio that doesn't have so much ambient noise where you can't hear footsteps. That's the biggest thing that I think would help the game in general. But if you're anything like me, I take about an hour to an hour and 30 minutes before I get completely frustrated at the game and I just have to stop. So like the first couple of times I get snuck up on by an enemy, at first I think, I didn't play it right. I didn't play it right. After about the fourth time of being snuck up on or not being able to hear an enemy, whether that's in the gulag, whether that's out on the Warzone, wherever, I start to become like, why the F do I play this game? Why am I spending my time doing this? And so I'm just here to give you an option for you to continue to play and enjoy the game because it is a fun game. But I'm throwing out an option here. The Plunder mode. If you haven't tried the Plunder mode, I highly suggest that you do. It is super fun. There is a lot of action going on, and it is high rate of go, while people are trying to hunt you down if you're at the top, or you trying to hunt down people at the top, so on and so forth. I think it's a super fun mode. So I do push forward the option of doing Plunder. So that's why when I'm saying it saves us, it's more or less distracting us from the game until updates come. And I think that the mode, given the objective-based mode where you don't have to worry about respawns or waiting for people to get money in order to respawn you back into the battlefield, it is a nice sidetrack to break the monotony of going in, not hearing footsteps, and getting killed multiple times over and over and over again, / the idea of having to deal with campers being very, batten down the hatches in a house and just wait for someone to come into view. All of those things can be very frustrating. So, with all that being said, I say try Plunder. Plunder's very fun, very fast, and I will give you a couple of tips right quick on how to do that, or how to win your first game of Plunder. So if you don't want to stick around for that, I appreciate you watching the video. If you like the content, the clickbait, and I gotcha, think about hitting that sub button for me because that would be super nice of you. And then leave a like, leave a comment, blah, 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 blah. Okay, now for those of you still sticking here, wanting to know a little bit about Plunder and how it works, my biggest thing is to drop. So we're going into tips and tricks on Plunder now. I don't know why I just rephrased that, but anyway, the biggest thing that I can tell you is starting off. The start off of the game is going to determine how the match goes for you. You want to be in the top 10 of teams. There are only, 13, 14 teams that drop in altogether. I don't know why I said that. There's 30-something teams. Math is fun. Anyway, there's like 30 teams, and you want to be in the top 10 when you start off. The way to get in the top 10 is to go somewhere with a high density of spawn crates. Downtown is one of those spots. East and West Promenade is one of those spots. The Hills is one of those spots. That's pretty much the best that you have a high percentage of crates that spawn in the general vicinity. And since all the crates are going to be all the crates are not going to be used at the beginning of the game, you want to make sure that you go into a high density spot at the beginning. With that being said, the second thing you want to look for is a high density rate of crates or chests that are accompanied with a couple of contracts. So if you can find like West Promenade or East Promenade or the Hills or downtown that has a section that has a pretty good amount of contracts, you want to go there. And so your biggest thing, this is the number one thing, is that once you get up to about 100K by doing the chest or the contracts, the thing you want to do is you want to get one of the balloons from the thing, from the buy stations. You want to get a balloon, place that down, send the balloon up, and keep your money. Starting off strong, starting off quickly. If you reach around 5th or 4th place, you're in the perfect spot to be able to take over first place without being hunted. If you happen to be in front in first place, you have to move very, very quickly. and you have to keep moving. So after doing the chest finding at the beginning of the match and then securing about 100K a person, so about 300K, you want to look for a buggy and you want to look at contracts. You want to go contracts and moving fast with a buggy. That's the fastest things, or that's the quickest way that you want to do it. The more mobile you are, the faster you're going to gain money because you'll be able to get to your objectives faster. So having a buggy, you spawn one of the crates, loot crates, and you have to go loot each one of the crates. When you spawn that, or when you spawn that contract and you have to move to your first crate, you're able to just move there, get the crate, and then get in the buggy, move to the next crate, get it, and so you can move a lot faster. Same thing with like getting a recon. You have a position of a recon, or getting to a contract to kill somebody, a kill contract. All of those can be done faster when you have the buggy, so buggies are a huge part. I guess that would be number 3 if we're looking at it. So you have drop in a high-density place with a lot of spawn crates, a.k.a. Promenade East, West, Hills, or downtown. Those are probably the best to be able to find a lot of crates really quickly. Number 2 was something I can't remember because I'm terrible at this. And number 3 was move fast the crates. So you want to get the cash. You want to secure the 100K a person. I think that was number 2, right? Secure 100K a person and then get a buggy and move fast with the buggy. The next thing that I would say that's going to help you win is what? I don't remember. The next thing, which is going to be number 4. Number 4 is going to be cut your losses. If you ever get into a time, let's say you're in the top position and you start getting killed multiple times, your team gets wiped maybe once or twice, maybe 3 times at a certain area. Maybe it's not a full team wipe, but you get sequentially lose money and you get halved and halved and halved and halved. Or we've seen that it's a little bit different on how much money you drop. But if you drop lower and lower on your money, you need to cut your losses and move on to the next thing. So you don't want to stay in one spot too long trying to fight over a measly cash. As far as you have to think about it, the money that gets put on the ground, when you kill that person who picked up your money, you're only getting half of it back. And then once you get it half it back, they'll kill you and then you get a little bit less. And it evens out kind of even between you two the more that you shake it out. So what you want to do is once you've lost once, maybe twice, maybe 3 times, move away from that situation. Just move away from that situation and move to somewhere else so that you can continue to get money by getting chests and doing contracts.
Right here. Oh, you're on me. I knocked him down by running.
Be back up top.
Yeah, we're fighting over nothing. Scraps.
Yeah. There's no money there.
You don't want to sit in a gunfight between 2 people. While there may be fun if you're trying to win the game, that's the whole point of the tips here. If you're trying to win the game, you cut your losses. Let's just say you lost 50K from that, and you go back and you get it, but then they kill you again, so you lose, another 30K or something like that, and it keeps going back and forth, flip-flop, flip-flop, flip-flop. What you need to do is just cut it and say, okay, screw trying to beat this team because we keep trading kills. Let's just move on to this new contract in this other part of the map. Doing that will do 2 things. 1, it ensures you don't lose any more money. And 2, you gain time being able to try and take over first place again. It is crucial that you recognize that. Otherwise, you're going to spend way too much time trying to fight this one team and you're going to lose. So anyway, I feel like that's pretty much the biggest point that I can make. Plunder's a fun game. I think that it's going to help make sure that COD stays relevant just due to the fact that after about an hour of playing the regular BR, I can't take it anymore and I have to move on and try and do something different. With that, Plunder is a fun game that's fast-paced and not so stringent on having to stay alive. I'm not a big one for BR anyway, but I know a lot of people love it, so I'm just trying to give you something to keep your spirits high as you try to play the game. The best thing is that you get experience for gunfights. You get experience on not necessarily like experience in the game, but I'm saying like you experience what it takes to win a gunfight. Shooting at the head, determining when you need to heal, so on and so forth. So that can transfer over into the BR, and you're still getting a feel for how to win BR without necessarily having to focus on lasting till the end. So those are the tips and tricks. Make sure that you drop into an area that has a high density of chests / contracts. Number 2, I can never remember because I just can't remember it. secure 100K. Once every person in your clan gets about 100K, which is 300K, you need to start moving. That was tip number 2, which is being mobile and getting the buggy, right? And you want to make sure that you're moving with the buggy and moving forward to get faster and faster as you're obtaining these things. And then cut your losses. Make sure that you cut your losses when you start losing against a team over and over again. Just cut your losses, move on, and keep going. So this is kind of a 1 clickbait type thing. Gotcha. And then 2, tips and tricks on Plunder and why I think Plunder's a really decent mode. At least it gives me a fun outing, even if you don't necessarily do good, because you don't have to worry about, 1v1ing in the gulag and all that sort of stuff, or having to wait for your teammate to revive you. You just keep reviving back into the game, and it's just I think it's a more fun experience to play with a team instead of having to try and sweat so hard to win when, get a +1 in a stat column that nobody ever looks at or nobody ever cares about. Anyway, if you've made it this part of the video, I absolutely appreciate it. Thank you for watching. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm not going to do anything. Thank you. Appreciate it. Think about leaving a comment, hitting the subscribe button, using this little thing in the corner down here, any of those sort of things. Your view is very appreciated, and I hope to see you in the next one. But for now, I'm out. Maybe watch one of these or hit this sub button. That'd be absolutely fantastic. I will see you next time. Deuces. I'm out. Bye. What is wrong with me?